Hello everyone, welcome back to Short Shot Archery. It's still cold here in New Jersey. I am down to a thinner sweatshirt, and I should probably take care of that first before we get into this video. And we're back. So, now we got our coat off. I'm going to do a test on this backpack, and that test is going to consist of me seeing how far I can push, the design of this backpack, how much weight can I put in it before it gets really uncomfortable on my shoulders, and then walk a considerable distance, probably somewhere between like a half mile and a mile. I don't know what that is in kilometers, sorry, but there is Google. Other things, I'm going to see how well it protects equipment. So I'm going to be coming up with a way to test that out, and we'll be throwing it off as something. So the goal behind this is to see how far I can push the equipment reasonably without breaking it, because it's not really my intention to damage it. I do like this backpack, but at the same point in time, I want to see about how extreme you can get with it before you really cause damage. So that's going to be the goal of this video. It should be a lot of fun, should be an interesting learning experience. This is probably going to take a couple days to film because the weather is still pretty terrible here. Don't know why. It is April. Okay, so we got our backpack and we got some weight. We're going to use up to 40 pounds. So I got 4 of these 10-pound weights. If I think it's really safe after that, we might keep going. We'll see. I obviously don't want to be too dangerous with this, and I also really don't want to destroy the backpack, but I do want to see how far you can push it before it gets iffy. If it is less than that, we'll find out too, but I think it'll be able to do 40. It seems like a pretty strong zipper, especially for just everyday experiences, so let's push it. Okay, we're going to start out with, I guess we'll do 20. We'll do half the weight I got sitting here. We'll leave the bag that comes with it, your riser and stuff in there. We'll leave the arrow tube in there. And I'm just going to load this up. And I know, yes, they're below the zipper, so I'll make sure it shifts upwards so that the zipper is taking most of the weight, because there's no zipper down here, so it would have a distinct advantage. As you can probably see, they're pretty much in the middle. The zipper's doing a good job. Alright, let's set this up to 40 pounds. 220s. Alright. 40 pounds. And this is gonna be fun. Get my arm exercises in. Anthony's secret challenge to getting strong in archery. Oh yeah. This is a tough zipper. Huh. Alright. So it held. I would really think it would bust through it at that point. We could probably go higher, but it's just gonna get ridiculous, and I would hate for it to actually break and then end up hurting myself. Hence why I'm actually doing this pretty much on the ground to start with, because the thought came in my head, well, if this breaks and you're standing up and then you get 40 pounds worth of weight landing on your foot, I might need a new foot. So, since I don't have insurance for that, I think we should do it this way. So, I hope that was a good test. Hopefully people found that interesting. I don't know, I think it should have definitely broke, like, that's pretty cool. Okay, on to the next one. Welcome to day 2. We're going to be testing out, how this backpack feels on the shoulders after walking a pretty good distance. I'll get the final number for the distance after I actually walk it. I'm just going to be walking the distance of the rest of the distance on my street. It's a pretty long street. We're probably looking at least half mile plus. But this is everything I'm gonna have with me. And of course there's gonna be a camera too on top of this tripod so that I can kind of document my walk with this. This is to test out, one, to see if the backpack holds up, and two, to see how bad, you know, it wears on the shoulders. I did run around with it with about 30 pounds worth of recurve equipment, 2 bows, and I really didn't feel like my shoulders were, you know, really bothered by the backpack. It felt pretty comfy. So with all of this, we're probably closer to 60 pounds, but there's gonna be 50 pounds worth of weight in the backpack itself, besides all this other stuff that I'm gonna just physically carry. So if my shoulders still feel pretty good after that walk all the way down and all the way back, I'm gonna say this backpack's doing pretty good. Now, I'm wearing a t-shirt and a pretty thin sweatshirt here because it is still cold out. So it's not like I have a lot of padding on my shoulders, and you know, there's nothing special. You know, this is just the regular straps you get with this backpack. So I'm gonna go and fill this up, and then we're gonna start walking. Another note too, I think this is going to feel a lot heavier on my back than just a bow, because when you put your like equipment in here, it's fairly dispersed around this backpack. Where these weights are so heavy, they're just gonna sink right to the bottom. So this should really be a solid test of this and how much it like drags on your shoulders. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. Whew. All right, get my workout in. All right, so here we go. It all sunk to the bottom. So this is how you get nice and strong for archery, or for my British friends out there, I've been told, is getting hench. So that's the one thing fun about the archery community, and you know, everybody's got different phrases and stuff for everything. So this is gonna be a fun adventure. You know, this might be a really good archery workout. I'll have to let everybody know how it turns out, but don't die. You also may understand now why I can shoot archery here, because it's pretty much the middle of nowhere. Okay, so we're about a quarter of the way through. I definitely actually feel a leg workout. Man, not enough leg days, I guess. But besides that, the shoulders still feel pretty good. It definitely feels like there is a good amount of weight on them, but they don't feel too bad yet. We'll see when we get about halfway back. All right, so I lied. I'm back. We're only about halfway. Well, we're reaching the end, like literally, like dead end. So this is halfway through, and I have to say it is starting to really wear on my shoulders. But you know, definitely note that this is 50 pounds in the backpack plus at least another 10 pounds worth of stuff. So it's a good amount of work. Well, I'm gonna walk back anyway, and then I'll let you guys know when we finally make it back you know, what the damage is, like after I take the backpack off, if, you know, it's really hurting or what's going on. It's definitely a great workout. Might have to incorporate this into my training regimen. Also, man, if it was windy and you were shooting, besides the bow moving, your body would definitely not move with 50 pounds of weight. So, let's keep going. All right, so I made it back to the driveway. Definitely feeling it in my shoulders now. I'm gonna have to get you guys the official distance that I actually walked so you can get an idea. But this was a lot of weight to carry, so we'll see if I got any like visible wear on my shoulders, if like they're all red or something. Give me a moment. Whew. Whew. That was heavy. That was seriously heavy. It felt really good, I would say, about till I started getting to the end, so like the first half. So when I got halfway down, it definitely started getting heavy, and then by the time I got back here, that was some serious stuff. I don't know. I'm pretty white, by the way. No, there's not a lot of sun here. I can't really get any tan. But I don't know. I don't think it's too bad. Obviously, it's kind of hard to see. Maybe some. But we'll see. I'll give it like a few minutes and see if it completely goes away. Because, you know, if your body is doing work, things are gonna heat up. Things are gonna maybe get a little sore. So like if I walk this far to get to the shoot, I obviously want my shoulders to feel good by the time I actually start shooting. And what's it gonna take me, like 5 to 10 minutes to set up my bow? Say, between talking to people and stuff. Like, you gotta account for that stuff. Unless you don't have any friends. Then I'll be your friend. I'm here for you. But let's give it a couple minutes and see where we're at. In that time though, I'm gonna go check out the official distance and see where we're at with that, because that's very important. Okay, so it hasn't quite been 5 minutes. My shoulders actually do feel a lot better. They do feel like they've done some work. So something to keep in mind. But I do have an official distance that I walked via Google Maps. It's telling me that it was about 0.6 miles. One way. So I walked 1.25 miles with 50 pounds of weight in this backpack. I think that's a pretty, you know, solid test. I wouldn't want to go too much more extreme than that. I could probably do it with like 70 pounds worth of weight, but I'm not really looking to hurt myself, or, you know, again, I like this backpack, so I don't really want to destroy it either. And besides that, I really don't think anybody's gonna bring more than 50 pounds of gear, especially in a backpack this size. And from at least looking at pictures and stuff, it looks like the other backpacks from Legend that are like an upgrade from the Artemis are definitely like beefier overall, so it'll probably be more comfortable to use them. I haven't tried them, but I don't know, that's my guess so far. So let's move on to the next test and see what's going on with that. Alright, so for this test, we're going to try to test on like how protective the case is. I don't know, I kind of feel like it's a hard one, but I don't know, this is the idea that came to mind. People have other suggestions that may be better. Let me know, without destroying the case, by the way. You know, me trying to cut it with a knife or something, it's not, why waste something that works? Okay, so we got this open, and it comes with this bag for you know, your bow, your riser or limbs, and you know, to protect them. So we're going to be putting eggs into here. I have plastic bags for the eggs just in case they do break. I don't know if this is the most scientific test of them all, but it should give you an idea. You know, you probably shouldn't be packing your fine china into your bow case and taking it to a tournament to start with. This should basically prove that if you're going to get some basic protection out of it, which you should anyway. Like, I don't see how your stuff would get damaged just from putting it in and out of your car or something like that. Like, if you're tossing your equipment pretty hard, then I don't know, you might just have to expect that, because you are being a bit brutal with your stuff at that point. Also, interesting note, every time I go to an hibachi in the United States, every time they break out the eggs for the meals, they keep going meow. Now, is this just an American thing, or does this happen in other countries? Because I'm really curious at this point, and I have not had hibachi outside of the US. Like, they'll be like, cluck, 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 and then they'll crack it open, meow. Just a point, I know it's completely unrelated to this video, but I just need to know, it's on my mind. So, do they say something other than cluck, cluck, or meow at international hibachis outside of the US? Thank you. Your answer is very look forward to. Alright, we got 2 eggs in here, and we're gonna go put that into this bag, and then I'm going to throw it off of somewhere high. We'll find out. We might have scrambled eggs. We might not have scrambled eggs. Alright, this first one. Ah! The egg lives. Second one. Yeah. Our 2 buddies made it. So, I guess that was a pretty good test. I don't want to get too crazy with it. Like, you know, are you really going to throw it out of, like, I don't know, a 3-story building onto, like, a road surface or something? If you do, I don't know, you probably need to question other things. Let's move on to the next thing. I got another idea still on seeing how this backpack holds up. Time for some eggs. Alright, so maybe you could guess. We're gonna test its, you know, water resistance. We got a bucket here. 2 gallons. Made in Canada. Oh, Canada. We're gonna be testing it out with this. I don't know, if it doesn't look like it's doing that great of a job, we'll step it up. Oh, you haven't noticed too, I just keep losing more clothes. Don't worry, I'm not losing any more clothes than this. I'll definitely get demonetized. So let's go fill up this bucket of water and make it rain. Now, some of you are probably thinking, why don't you just use the hose, Anthony? Because, well, the wind's actually blowing that way. That sucked. Because I can't really judge how much water I'm putting onto this bag. So at least I can say, hey, I dumped 2 gallons of water on this bag and it didn't get wet. So this is a little more measurable, repeatable. Well, we'll see. All right, as you can see, yeah, we got water in this. It's filled to pretty much the top, and we're gonna give this a try. You know, pretty good move here, I think. I'm watering the garden at the same time I'm watering my backpack, so I think this works out pretty well. So let's go. This is a monsoon, an absolute monsoon. It looks like it's doing pretty good so far. Right in the zipper. Get it in the zipper. Okay. Well, that was fun. Let's see what it actually did. It might have gotten a little bit in there. Remember, like, this is only held by tension. So I was dumping a serious amount of water there, and this is only a zipper and it's not rated as waterproof. But let's see. Okay. It got some. Most of it looked like it probably went through where the arrow tube was. This got a little wet. Uh-oh. Okay, there's some in there, but as you could probably tell, that was probably overkill. I just dumped water in it. But other than that, actually, most of the spots not around where the arrow tube are actually dry. So that's pretty good. If you're in a situation, I guess, where it's starting to rain or a very light, and I'm back. I have a battery now. So, where was I? Okay, so from what I've seen here, if it's a light rainstorm or it's just starting to rain and you're, got all your stuff and you're trudging to your car, your equipment's probably going to be fine in the bag. If it turns into a straight-on monsoon and your backpack's sitting out there, it's going to be a small fish tank by the time it's done raining. And that's just the way it is. You can pretty much expect that for anything, though, like even other cases. But I think it held up pretty good. Man, it dries fast too. This camera was literally off for less than 5 minutes, and it's actually drying up really good. So that's nice to see. Besides that, well, that was the water test. I think it went pretty well. It was at least interesting. All right, so we just got done the rain test, and yeah, we're still a little wet. But overall, I think this went pretty well. Hopefully, you found it interesting. Maybe I'm going to try to do some of these, more for other pieces of equipment. It's tough though, because I buy this stuff, so it's not like I want to go and destroy money I spent on. With that, thank you so much for watching. Look forward to more Sure Shot archery videos in the future. And as always, happy shooting!